Happy Friday. You're watching Open Mind, and I'm your host, Barb Angelo. You know, every week I interview people that are making a difference somehow. They're helping people either physically, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. And my guest today is doing just that. She's a music therapist, she's a family therapist, and she's a hypnotherapist, all rolled into one dynamic little package. And by little, I don't mean she's petite. I feel like a giant next to her. Welcome to the show, Colleen Fitzpatrick.
Thank you.
I'm glad you could be here today.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time out, because I know you shared with me, and I hope it's okay to tell everyone you're not a morning person.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm a vampire. Everybody knows that.
Okay, so you and your practice, obviously, then you see your clients or do you call them clients or patients?
My clients,
Your
I see
clients.
them usually between early afternoon to about 9 or 10 at night.
9 or 10 at night. Okay, so today, Colleen and I are going to share. First of all, she's going to talk about what her practice is all about, how she's helping people, and the different kinds of people she's helping. And if you haven't noticed already, she brought a lot of really cool stuff we're going to end up playing today. I feel like I'm in, I don't know, I feel like I'm in school where I can pick stuff up and play. So we're going to do that a little bit later on. She's actually going to show us how all these fun little things are helping kids. And maybe adults too. Do you have any adults that play with this stuff?
More than you think.
Because right now I feel like I want to reach for the Wonder Woman right now and start combing her hair. So Colleen, tell us your credentials.
I'm a licensed clinical social worker.
Okay.
I graduated from Rutgers in 1996, quite a while ago. And I've been doing this for over 20 years.
20 years. Why did you pick this type of work? I'm always curious as to people. Sometimes people that I interview every week are doing something really different, and maybe they've worked in corporate America for 20 years and then they had this kind of awakening, or they decided that they really wanted to follow their passion. It seems like you are following your passion, and you've been doing it for a long time. So what led you to this type of work?
An overextended adolescence. It didn't end at 17 for me.
Is it still going on now?
Oh, sometimes.
I feel like sometimes I'm still 17 or 14,
Absolutely.
depending on the day and what my skin looks like.
And depending upon the circumstances, that can be a good thing or a debatable thing.
Okay, so when you say that, all kidding aside, is it just, I think that a lot of people, and tell me if I'm wrong, become therapists, or they get into that type of work because maybe they've learned how to do it for themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's so crucial that you know yourself as a person before you become a therapist.
Right, and that means everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. And I think through our life we have all kinds of challenges. It just doesn't end at adolescence, as I kidded around about.
Because then you have adult anxieties, which could be even more than adolescence.
Right. Absolutely, absolutely.
So you work with, as a family therapist, you work with children, you work with adolescents, like we were talking about teenagers, and you work with adults. So when we were talking in the green room, you said, and tell us again, the range of ages that you're working with at any given time.
Youngest client has been 3, and the oldest has been 105.
105. Now see, that takes, I love that somebody at 105 still says, there's things I need to work on, and I'm coming to you.
Right.
That's amazing. Do you mind if I ask, because we're not going to mention the person's name, why this person was coming to you?
It's very interesting that you asked that, because I think a lot of times when we see older adults, we think that, it's just typical normal aging things, like maybe some physical impairments, maybe some cognitive impairments, but you have to remember this person has a whole history of a whole life.
Right.
So it's working out maybe some things that had happened in marriages, some relationships with children, because as we get older, our relationships change, whether it be siblings, spouse, or with children.
And then, like you said, when you're 105, I can only imagine then the roles change a little bit, because maybe then you're looking to your children to be more of the parent and take care of you. And it's funny because maybe, when you look at the elderly, that you think like that's okay with them, but I can imagine too that there's maybe a little loss of dignity that goes with that, or you're not ready to let go of that role of being the parent and knowing everything, or being able to take care of other people.
And when you've been mom or dad for that long, you always still want that.
Exactly.